Hello everyone. So today I would like to explain and discuss about neurolinguistic. And firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Angelina Purba from Class A with student number that I teach here. So let's move on to the next. So before we begin, I would like to explain a little bit about what is neurolinguistic in short. So neurolinguistic is linguistic branches that studies relations of language and communication to different aspects of human brains. So basically, simple words, neurolinguistic is just try to explore how the brain's understanding and producing language and communication in understanding brain and communication, which is involves the attempt combine two theory. First theory is uh, neurology or neuropsychology, which is basically just how the brain is structured and how it functions, along with linguistic theory and or how the language is structured and how the language is functioned. So neurolinguistics is related to investigating how the language is comprehended in our brain, in the brain. So and how the productions occurs in the brains as well. So next, the theory. Here is the theory from Luria I teach in my PPT. So next, I have we have five different views on the relations between language and the brain, which is as a localism, associationism, and then dynamic localizations of function, and then there's holistic theories along with evolution-based theories. So we will talk about the human brain. Now, uh, human brain consists of three parts, which is the forebrain, as you can see over here, the forebrain, and then the hindbrain that exists and in the below, um, which is the lowest part. It is located in the base of the skull, and then the skull hindbrain also have two important structure, which is medulla and cerebrum. Meanwhile, the smallest part of the brain is the midbrain located above the brainstem. The function of midbrain is to receive the sensory signal from sense organs such as eyes or ears. And then lastly, we can see here the fourth picture. It is the most vital part of the brain, which is the forebrain. So next, human has two hemispheres of the brain. So our brain has two hemispheres, the right hemispheres and the left hemisphere. As you can see over here, I've been attached the picture. So the left hemisphere is responsible for processing language, math, logic, and stuff like that. Meanwhile, the right hemisphere is responsible for possessing the special abilities to face recognitions or cycle imagery or even music. So the old ways of studying neurolinguistic was the brain damage. So accidents happen and your brain can be damaged in many ways, such as just fall off a stair or you just get into a car accident, such as damage like that can happen in your brain. And when you find out different people have the same area of their brain damage and they showed a similar symptoms, and then you can conclude that certain area of the brain is responsible for some certain functions. So the next, I will move on to the aphasia, and I will talk about aphasia in here. You've probably experienced it when the word is on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't remember the name of the word. So you're just like, oh, I can't name the things that, what's the word for that things, that's called aphasia. For normal people, aphasia didn't last very long, but when aphasia usually lasts very long time, then we can get into what we call as language impairment. Language impairment, which is can affect productions and comprehension in our brain. So this is the symptoms of aphasia, which is can make trouble speaking clearly, trouble understanding speech, and stuff like that. So the next, I will talk about the Broca's area. The Broca's area is one of the important areas of the brain. Is called Broca's area. So from as you can see here, the French neurolinguistics Paul Broca, and he just discovered that when this area of the brain is damaged, and it can affect the way we speak or the way we move our tongue, the way we move our tongue or the way we move our lips. So, for example, the patients of Broca's aphasia can actually talk. They can move their lips or their tongue, um, but they cannot connect the idea or they cannot connect the things they wanted to say. People who suffer from the damage or injury in the Broca's area of the brain can actually understand, like the language, but they have the difficulties on forming a words or sentence, stuff like that. And here is the picture of our brain, which is the Broca's area. Broca's aphasia affects speech production. So yeah, that's the point. So the next we'll take a look at another area, which is Wernicke's area, and it was named after the German neurolinguistic Karl Wernicke. And as you can see from the picture of our brain over here, this area affects comprehensions, and some people call it the fluent aphasia. It's happened when someone can speak very fluently, but they don't make any sense because they don't understand what somebody has said to them. So it's like people who suffer from Wernicke's aphasia can actually make a sentence without stuttering, but the sentence they make is an absolute nonsense. You got it? Or doesn't have any correlations besides the Broca's aphasia or have any sense. So yeah, besides the Broca's aphasia or Wernicke's aphasia, there's a lot of more type of aphasia. I will explain. There's the type of aphasia. The first is the pure word, the deafness of aphasia. So in here, such as the pure word deafness of aphasia, it happens when the patients could not identify the correct words. So for example, the patient is hearing a song. They can hear the melody, but they cannot recognize the words or the lyric. And then next, over here, we can see the conduction of aphasia. When people have a pretty good understanding of speech, they have a good understanding of speech, but they are very weak on repeating the words. And then there's the next, also anomic aphasia. This is like the kind of aphasia that I told you earlier, when the word is on the tip of your tongue, but you just cannot remember or finding the word. So you're just like, oh, what was the thing you called that? What was the word like, just like that? So for that things that's anomic aphasia. And the next common aphasia on writing and reading, or we might know as dyslexia. There are several types of dyslexia actually, and dyslexia is causing a disturbance in reading or writing. Maybe you can observe a dyslexia since you're a child. So for example, when you see a child trying the child try to read some words but they read it from backwards. So just like the word deer, they read it like as read, deer as a read. So like they read it backwards. that can cause dyslexia, or maybe they're like reading the wrong letters, such as the letter b to be uh changed p letter. So example like that. So I think that's all about my explanation about neurolinguistic. So for any question, you can just uh as long as possible comment down below. Thank you so much. See you in the next video again. Bye.